Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be taking a look at the location of the free retro arcade property that Rockstar is giving away in Grand Theft Auto Online with the release of the Diamond Casino Heist, and we'll also be answering a couple of other questions that you guys had as well. So in case you missed it the other day, Rockstar essentially announced some new Twitch Prime benefits for the Diamond Casino Heist. And for Grand Theft Auto Online, they were giving away one of the free arcade properties, which is what you're going to need to essentially start up the entire Diamond Casino Heist. And they announced that the arcade that they were going to be giving away is Pixel Pete's Arcade, which is formerly a legendary hole-in-the-wall located in Paleto Bay. Now, upon getting that information, a lot of you guys started to wonder where this property was actually located. So I did some investigating and I did some digging around the area of Paleto Bay. And luckily for us, Paleto Bay is pretty tiny. I mean, as you guys can see here, we've essentially explored every single street. And even taking a look at it on the map, you guys can see there that it really only extends as far as the Mount Chiliad cable lift to the Los Santos custom shop on the end of the street. That's it. So there's really not a lot of buildings here. And we could also eliminate a handful of buildings based off of what Rockstar has revealed about the actual property itself. That there's going to be a commercial side of the building, and then there's also going to be a nerve center side of the building where we can store equipment, getaway vehicles, practice hacking keypads, cracking vaults, etc. So one of the things I was looking for here is a sort of normal storefront that could act as an arcade, but also had a garage on the back to store getaway vehicles. So that was really key right there. And that eliminated a lot of the buildings that we were looking for. Now, another thing that we could do is eliminate a lot of the buildings that are already in use. So, for example, if we were to go on any of the Grand Theft Auto Online property websites and just went up to Paleto Bay, we would find that there's a handful of things that take place there. There's some biker clubhouses that actually occur in those areas. There's also some biker businesses that happen in those areas as well. There's also a bunch of residential houses and garages that you can purchase up in those areas. So we know that it's not going to be located at any of those properties. Rockstar are not going to make them overlap, especially with something like the business, but definitely for things like the residential properties too. They're not going to make you have like two things happen at one place. So with that out of the way, I focused on the name of the arcade. Pixel Pete's Arcade, formerly a legendary hole-in-the-wall located in Paleto Bay. So I started thinking about legendary hole-in-the-wall. You know, what is that supposed to mean? And then I think I stumbled upon the location of where it's going to be. And I think it is this clothing store that we actually never go into in-game. It's an in-game clothing store brand, but it doesn't operate as one. And it's actually called Peckerwood. And I don't know about you guys, but just kind of associating the names, Pixel Pete's, Peckerwood, you know, it kind of all sounds like it would go together, a legendary hole in the wall. I don't know, it just kind of has that feel to it. I'm pretty sure this Peckerwood store is Rockstar's parody of like some clothing companies like Abercrombie and Fitch or Hollister or something like that. But regardless, like all the things of the building seem to check off as this is the location. First things first, it's abandoned. It's not used in any other aspect in Grand Theft Auto Online. It's just one of those buildings that you would see. It doesn't have an interior that we can really look into, so Rockstar would be able to build that out quite nicely. And on the side of the building, guess what? It's got the garage door. So far, it's got all the aspects of this being the location of where our building is going to take place, where Pixel Pete's Arcade is going to happen. And the rest of the building has like no windows either, which I guess would be good for an arcade. I mean, the one screenshot that Rockstar showed off so far, I don't think we saw any windows in that. And another thing, the building itself looks like it's big enough to have not only the residential side of the arcade, but also the heist nerve center as well. So I believe that this is the location of Pixel Pete's Arcade. The name makes sense. The building makes sense. It has all the attributes that you would expect. And it's located here in Palito Bay. Now again, there's a couple of other buildings around the area of Palito Bay that could act as this and that share some of the same features, but remember, they might be taken up by existing biker businesses or biker clubhouses or residential properties. So that's why I'm kind of looking at that Peckerwood building as, you know, the most likely one. It also, to me, resembles the most famous hole in the wall. I don't know, like, what Rockstar was trying to tell us there, like hole in the wall or something like that. But there's a couple of other buildings in and around the area, but to me, they either just seem too industrial or they're occupied with some other use. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Where do you think the building in Palito Bay is going to be located, the free one that Rockstar will be handing out? Let me know your thoughts, opinions more in the comments down below. Now, I also heard from a lot of people saying they were getting worried that the Palito Bay arcade is the only location of the arcades. And a lot of people were like, Rockstar, are you serious? You know how far away that is? I don't want to have to go up to Palito Bay to start a heist mission. I can guarantee you that this is not the only arcade location. And Rockstar even used some specific language on the newswire that suggests that is the case as well. So regarding Twitch Prime members getting the property for free, they said any Twitch Prime members in good standing who do buy this specific property at full price will be given a 100% rebate within 72 hours after purchasing it. So the keywords there were this specific property. If Pixel Pete's Arcade in Palito Bay was the only one, they wouldn't use the words this specific property. If I had to take a guess, I would imagine there might be like 5 to 10 of these arcades. And the reason Rockstar is giving away the one in Palito Bay is because it is the cheapest. It's probably the furthest away from the Diamond Casino and Resort. I would imagine that there will be some way closer that will also be more expensive, some in the middle that'll be, you know, minorly expensive. But that's why this one is free, because it's the furthest away. And on the newswire, they said this specific property, which means that there will be more than one location. So don't panic there. You're not going to have to go to Palito Bay if you don't want in order to enjoy the arcade business. But it is cool that Rockstar is at least giving us options out there. A lot of the times when we see new properties added, and sometimes it kind of makes sense, but with the nightclubs, they were all in the city. It looks like this time the arcades are being spread out a little bit more, which is pretty cool. Now, another thing I noticed just from Rockstar's naming of the arcade, Pixel Pete's Arcade, I think this rules out our ability to name the arcade, which is interesting. Like, half the properties we've had the ability to name, half we really haven't. And then on the rare occasion with like the nightclub, we get these like predetermined names like Paradise or Masonette Los Santos. So it looks like instead of these arcades having like a street address or a more corporate address like the Maze Bank Tower or Arcadia Center, they're going to be given names like Pixel Pete's or whatever other fun name Rockstar decides to come up with for the other locations that'll be in games. So unfortunately, it looks like we won't be able to get creative with our names, but looks like Rockstar's already done that for us, because Pixel Pete's kind of a fun one, I will not lie. And really, last but not least today, regarding the actual screenshot itself, a couple of you guys wanted me to take a look at a few more things. The first was right above the guy on the right-hand side. Like, look at his hat and look to the left of it. It looks like it's this really tall structure that's popping up. I don't know what that is, guys. I don't know if that's a part of like a video game. I don't know if it's a part of the one connected to the right of him. It looks like it's a star. It also looks like it could be a monster. I'm really not too sure. And on the very far right-hand side of the screen, I remember calling this like a miniature lucky wheel. A lot of you guys pointed out that this could actually be like a jukebox that would allow you to play various songs in-game, maybe from the new iFruit radio. But that seems a little bit big just for like a radio. Rockstar, even in like the other properties in game, like the Casino Penthouse, have always just put like the radio on the wall or something like that. So I guess they could do that, but I feel like that would just be kind of like a waste of space. Who knows? All I know is this arcade interior looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. And it's something that I'm really excited to dive into, that's for sure. But anyways, that's all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Where do you think the Pixel Pete's arcade is going to be located in Paleto Bay? And how do you think the arcades are going to work in general? Let me know your thoughts, opinions more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and the Diamond Casino Heist videos that I'm going to be doing on my channel over the next couple of days and weeks. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.